Second one is decomposition reaction. In decomposition reaction, for one experiment, take one boiling tube, then add some ferrous sulfate crystals and heat it. What happens? The color of that ferrous sulfate crystals has changed. What is the reason behind that? The water molecules remove from that ferrous sulfate. Okay, water molecules remove from that ferrous sulfate. Then ferrous sulfate on heating to form ferric oxide plus SO2 plus SO3. One reactant breaks down into how many products? 2 or more products. That reaction is known as decomposition reaction. Another way, one more way we can say the decomposition reaction. One single product decomposes into 2 or 3 products. One single reactant decomposes to form 2 or 3 products are called decomposition reaction. The decomposition reaction is held in the presence of heat, that is known as thermal decomposition. It is known as thermal decomposition. Once more, the decomposition reaction means take some ferrous sulfate crystals, then heat it. What happened? The color of that ferrous sulfate crystals has changed. What is the reason behind that one? The water molecules remove from that ferrous sulfate. The water molecules remove from that ferrous sulfate. So, the ferrous sulfate on heating to form ferric oxide plus SO2 plus SO3. Then Fe2O3 is in solid state and SO2 and SO3 is in gaseous state. Then the reaction be held in the presence of heat. That reaction is known as thermal decomposition. So, this 2FeSO4 on heating Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. That reaction is a thermal decomposition reaction. Next example, calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate on heating to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Here also the calcium carbonate is a single reactant. It breaks down into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. 2 products now. So, this one also a decomposition reaction. And what type of decomposition reaction is this one? In the presence of, this reaction is carried out in the presence of heat. So, this one also a thermal decomposition. This is another example for thermal decomposition reaction. Calcium carbonate on heating to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. One single reactants break down into 2 products, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. In the presence of heat, this one is also decomposition reaction and specified name is thermal decomposition reaction. Next one, take some, this is one boiling tube, take some lead nitrate and heat it. Lead nitrate on heating, a brown gas is formed. Lead nitrate on heating, a brown gas is formed. That brown gas is the presence of nitrate. Brown gas is the presence of nitrate. Then lead nitrate on heating to form lead oxide, then NO2 and O2. This one also a example for thermal decomposition reaction. That lead nitrate is a one single compound, then on heat to form PbO plus 4NO2 plus O2, that 3 products. It held in the presence of heat. So, this one is also a thermal decomposition reaction. Then lead nitrate on heating to form a brown gas is formed there. That brown gas represents the presence of nitrogen ion. That brown gas represents the presence of nitrogen ion. Take one plastic mug, then two test tubes filled with the water. Then these are carbon rods, then graphite rods, then one 6-volt battery. In this case, this is electrolysis of water. In this case, the electricity is passing through this water, that H2O. H2O is water, no? Then add 2 or 3 drops of sulfuric acid in this water. Then once more, take some water, add 2 or 3 drops of sulfuric acid, then 2 test tube filled with the water, then put it in the graphite rod, that is carbon rod, then connected with 6-volt battery. In this reaction, electricity is passing through this water. That water decomposes to form. In this picture, you can see bubbles are here, no? In this picture, first picture, these are bubbles. In second test tube, these are bubbles. Okay. Then water decomposes to form hydrogen and oxygen. On the time of electrolysis, then electricity is passed through this water. The water decomposes to form hydrogen and oxygen. These bubbles are the presence of hydrogen. In one boiling test tube, these bubbles are presence of oxygen, and one test tube, the presence of hydrogen. In which test tube the presence of oxygen, and in which test tube the presence of hydrogen? In first test tube, the presence of oxygen. Then second one, presence of hydrogen. Okay, these bubbles represent the presence of oxygen and hydrogen. Then first test tube, it is connected to anode, no? That's why the presence of oxygen in this test tube and presence of hydrogen in this test tube. How we can rectify the presence of oxygen and hydrogen in this test tube? Take this test tube and show one flame to the mouth of that test tube. Okay, show one flame to the mouth of that test tube. Then H2O on electrolysis, H2O decomposes to form hydrogen and oxygen. Then these bubbles represent hydrogen and oxygen. Once more, take some water in that beaker, add 2 or 3 drops of H2SO4, then 2 graphite rods are here, carbon rods are there. Then take one test tube filled with water and immerse it in this water. When electricity is passing through, sometimes the bubbles are coming. That bubbles are the presence of hydrogen and oxygen. Then hydrogen in this anode and oxygen in anode and hydrogen in cathode. So H2O decomposes to form. What are the two products we can get the electrolysis of water? Hydrogen and oxygen. Then electrolysis of water is also a decomposition reaction.